Imagine stepping on a piece of Lego barefoot in the middle of the night. That sharp, unexpected jolt of pain seems unbearable for a moment, but it fades quickly. Now, imagine that pain steadily increasing, never letting up, pushing your body and mind to their absolute limits. How long could you last? Pain is something we all try to avoid, but what if you had to endure extreme pain for the sake of science? Some of the most shocking psychological and physiological experiments have tested the limits of human suffering, all in an effort to understand pain, endurance, and the mind's ability to cope. One such test, considered one of the most painful ever conducted, left participants gasping, sweating, and even begging for it to stop. Could you survive it? Pain tolerance has been a topic of curiosity for centuries. In ancient times, warriors were trained to suppress their pain to appear strong in battle. In modern times, pain is studied scientifically to understand how the brain and body react under extreme stress. Some believe that pain is purely physical, but research suggests that psychological factors play an even bigger role in how we experience discomfort. This raises the question, can the mind be trained to endure pain, or are we all bound by our individual limits? Dr. James Hardy, a pioneer in the study of pain perception, led this groundbreaking research at the University of Pennsylvania in 1947. His work focused on measuring pain thresholds and understanding how humans respond to different levels of discomfort. Hardy and his colleagues wanted to explore whether pain tolerance could be scientifically measured and, more importantly, manipulated. His experiments were not intended to be cruel, but rather to uncover the mechanisms behind pain, with the hope of improving pain management for medical treatments. His work laid the foundation for modern pain research and anesthesia development, although his methods would likely face ethical scrutiny today. Dr. Hardy's fascination with pain was not just academic. He wanted to help patients suffering from chronic pain conditions. His research was revolutionary at the time, offering insights into how people experience and describe pain. His work paved the way for advancements in anesthesia and pain relief techniques that are still in use today. However, the ethical considerations surrounding his experiments remain a subject of debate, as they pushed participants to the very edge of their endurance. In 1947, a controversial experiment, Dr. James Hardy and his team at the University of Pennsylvania. They were studying pain tolerance and how humans perceive different types of pain. Participants were subjected to increasing levels of heat, applied directly to their skin through a device called a dolorimeter, which measured their pain threshold. At first, the heat felt like a mild warmth, but as it intensified, participants began to flinch, grimace, and eventually scream in agony. Some lasted mere seconds before calling it quits, while others endured longer. But no one walked away unaffected. The experiment demonstrated that pain perception varies greatly among individuals. Some could tolerate extreme temperatures for an extended period, while others had much lower thresholds. The researchers noted that psychological factors, such as fear and anticipation, played a significant role in determining how much pain a person could endure. Pain is not just a physical experience, it's deeply tied to the brain. When exposed to extreme pain, the brain goes into fight-or-flight mode, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thinking, becomes overwhelmed, making it difficult to focus on anything other than the pain itself. In some cases, participants reported feeling disconnected from their bodies, a phenomenon known as dissociation. Others described hallucinations or a sensation of floating, as their brains struggled to process the intensity of the pain. Some individuals even lost their sense of time, unable to determine how long they had been enduring the agony. The brain's response to extreme pain is a survival mechanism, allowing the body to endure more than it normally could under ordinary circumstances. Many assumed that repeated exposure to pain would increase tolerance. However, the results were surprising. Some participants did show increased resilience over time, but others experienced the opposite. They became more sensitive to pain, developing anxiety and stress even at lower levels of discomfort. This supports the idea that pain isn't just about endurance. It's about how the brain processes and remembers it. In another version of this experiment, researchers found that people who believed they could control the pain experienced it as less intense. This aligns with studies on perceived control, which show that having a sense of power over a situation, even if it's just in your mind, can dramatically change how you experience pain. The psychological impact of pain is long-lasting. Some participants in pain experiments reported nightmares, heightened fear of injury, and even symptoms resembling PTSD. This highlights the importance of ethical considerations when conducting such studies. Interestingly, the more we focus on pain, the more intense it becomes. The brain amplifies pain signals when we anticipate discomfort, making an experience even more unbearable. This is why chronic pain sufferers often experience heightened sensitivity. Repeated exposure rewires the nervous system to expect pain, even when no real injury is present. Pain also triggers the endorphin response, which acts as the body's natural painkiller. Some participants in extreme pain experiments reported sudden waves of euphoria after enduring prolonged agony, a phenomenon sometimes seen in athletes or individuals undergoing extreme endurance challenges. This suggests that the body has built-in mechanisms to help cope with pain, but these responses vary greatly from person to person. While this experiment was conducted in a lab, its findings have real-world implications. Soldiers, athletes, and medical patients all experience extreme pain, and understanding how the brain processes it can help in pain management. Some techniques, like mindfulness, distraction, and cognitive reappraisal, have been proven to reduce the intensity of pain. Additionally, studies on pain tolerance have led to advancements in anesthesia, chronic pain treatments, and even interrogation methods, though some of these remain ethically questionable. The research has also contributed to the understanding of pain conditions like fibromyalgia and neuropathy, helping to develop better treatment options. Modern pain research also suggests that our emotional state influences how we experience pain. Depression and anxiety can lower pain tolerance, while positive emotions or strong social support can make pain more manageable. This insight has led to the development of holistic pain treatments that incorporate mental and emotional well-being. Imagine sitting in a chair while a scientist slowly increases the heat on your skin. Could you withstand it? How long would you last? This experiment revealed just how powerful the mind is in shaping our experiences. Pain is inevitable, but how we perceive and endure it may be more in our control than we think. Would you dare to test your limits? Or is this one experiment best left in the hands of science?